Hello and welcome, everybody. Come on in, say hello. Let me say hello to you all. Now, those who are on my Facebook page, Mary June Tracy, I unfortunately can't see or comment until after. So, and I will go back and I will comment. So, if you can still leave your comments there, I will get to your comments definitely on the Mary June Tracy page. Good morning, Dwayne. So, welcome everybody, and welcome um, on this full moon in Leo, and the sun is conjunct with Jupiter. So it's a sun Jupiter moon. Whew! This is enlightenment. This is expansion. And with the Leo moon, this is such a healing time, such power today. It is a transitioning of energies. And we've been in this really crazy, funky energy. And I've been feeling it for the last few days. It's still there. There is still this energy, this transformation of this rebirthing or coming out of the dark night of the soul. I mean, that's what keeps coming up to me. And I keep seeing it quite a bit, the dark night of the soul. And it is that energy of transformation. So when we are going through any form of change within our own selves, within our own consciousness, there is this darkening, there is this heaviness that comes through that we have to allow ourselves to emerge into it, to transform. And there is a part where we're constantly wanting to fix. And I talk about this in Journey Club. So in Journey Club, we talk about, as humans, when we see something that's wrong, we want to fix it. I want to fix this. And sometimes, and this is mental health month too. So sometimes when it comes to fixing is not always the key. Sometimes it's allowing yourself to go through the process of the feelings of what is coming up, allowing yourself to move through, or even sometimes just sit, not freeze, but just sit and allow yourself to go through what this transformation is all about. We have this healing energy that's coming through with Chiron, and as the sun, Jupiter are sextiling over to Chiron, is this healing. And Chiron is the wounded healer. He is the shaman that wants to come in and wants you to feel better, wants you to come into your light, allow you to work towards what is it that you've been struggling with? What is it that you've been working with? And, this is where, as we're coming in and we're merging ourselves with this light, this is allowing ourselves to be open to our divine and into our inner divine wisdom. And in February, I'll be teaching my angel healing class with the female archangels and bringing in this beautiful energy. And this energy, when you start working with the angels, is very life-changing. And it is something that we want to work with. This is something that we want to continue with, because it's bringing blessings to all of the creations. It's bringing blessings to all that we do. And when we have such beautiful energy in our toolbox, when we're going through these transitions, when we're going through this work, it is wonderful when we call in the angels to help and guide us upon our way. And I teach this course. This is new. This is the new course that I'm teaching with the angels, and same with the one with the unicorns in March. That's another new course that I'm teaching. This is really adding on to our own self-healing. This is adding into our own well-being and allowing ourselves to move and ascend forward. And that's what Aquarius energy is. Aquarius energy is allowing us to be open to new ideas and new realms. It is that connection with Uranus, and that's what Uranus is. Uranus is just on the other side of Saturn. It is the first planet of our of that realm of our unconscious. It is that who goes out and reaches to God and brings and understands the information of God and bringing that information back so that we are able to transform it into our realm. And in doing so, there's a bridge between Saturn and Uranus, which is Chiron. And Chiron's bridge is this bridge of healing. Because many times when we're working with light and we're working with that of God, we come to a place of this unworthiness, that we feel unworthy. And here is this beautiful perpetual light that comes in that says, you are worthy. You are worthy, you know, and with all of your flaws, with all of your craziness, with all of the things that from the past that have come forward into your life, and that you're healing, that you are worthy of this light. And this is where this energy is coming through. But there is that rebellion of saying, you know, of not allowing yourself to receive it. And this full moon, and the Sabian symbol for this moon, because it's 9 degrees, the Sabian symbol of this is the need to involve one's most spiritual and vital energies in the creative act, if it is to produce significant and beautiful new forms. It is the glass blower's shape, beautiful vases with their controlled breath. The breath represents the power of spirit, the animator of all living manifestations. Because the glass blower uses his breath to shape the glass vessel, he is fitting a symbol of how deeply any creative individual has to involve his total being in his creation. He is also using the fire of the spirit, transpersonal inspiration, or in another sense, the fire of deeply felt emotions. Any creative activity which does not involve both the breath and the fire cannot transform into beautiful artwork. Instead, or indeed into any new form other than the raw material and remains of the past, the sand. So this energy is the, it's called the 4th stage of the 26th sequence of symbolic, showing us the techniques required to true and successful transformation and activity. It's our creativity. It is the intensity. We need both the air and the fire for creation. That is that outward, right? That's the outward. The earth and the water are the inward. We go in. And the fire and the air are coming out. And this energy is getting us to come out with our creativity, with our uniqueness, with our truth, and discovering that truth of who we are. And this full moon is looking at that and having us say, are you looking at your truth of who you are? That beautiful substance of your creativity, that you are a spark of the divine. You are a breath that has come forth into this light and into this world for your own unique earth walk. And with this full moon and this uniqueness is allowing you to honor that of who you are, in your truth of who you are, with all the bumps and the wiggles and the jiggles and all of the craziness that is you. And this is a transformation. It is a transformation. It is that of stepping out of that collective energy that says, says this is the way you need to conform, into allowing you to be that uniqueness and saying, here it is how I want to be. If you've ever watched glass blowing, it is so cool on how their technique and how their breath, as they're doing this with the fire and twisting it and creating it and adding color. And it's Absolutely. It is an art. It is a definite art of creativity to create something so fabulous. And this is you. You are that creation. You are this uniqueness that came from the breath and the fire that sparked that uniqueness of you. And this moon is here to remind us of who we are and to step into that. And this is where so much positive energy is coming in to get us to create, to say, you know what? God loves you. The goddess loves you. You are in this love energy that says, we love you. Allow yourself to continue on this walk in your own unique way that only you can do. And this is where, you know, we have within our toolbox, we bring in the angels. You know, the one of this morning when I went for my walk, I posted the picture of the trees, and it was like the sun was rising. What did sunrise at, what, 8:30 this morning? So I was out at 7 something this morning, early. And with that sun rising, you could slowly see, but it was very gray outside today, very gray. But we knew that this light, this illuminating energy was coming in. We knew that something that was coming forward for us was coming in with this newness, right? So I was just trying to see what time it was. It was like 8 something. Anyways, it's earlier every day. But this glow of energy coming up to rise, this is the new dawn. This is for us to have the opportunity to learn and to step forward in expressing our deepness and our connections and our well-being. And it's kind of cool. It's kind of cool. So there's a really beautiful energy of this full moon. And even with Mercury in its shadow, I'm going to be going retrograde. This is about us finding the new discoveries. That's what Mercury is in Aquarius. Finding out the new discoveries and researching the information and finding the truth of the information. And this is very where we come in, where we just like someone, you know how someone posts something and everybody's like, yeah. I always take the post and I always do my investigation. That's very Scorpionic. And looking at that post and finding out, well, what more is about this? What else is all involved in here? Because sometimes people just take things as face value. Now we're in an energy that's saying, don't just take things as face value. Don't just be the follower. Step in and find the information. Do the research, right? Do the research. I saw something about some guy saying, oh, we need to wear 4 masks. Like, do the information. Like, I'm sorry, I can't, I mean, I have problems with 1 mask, let alone trying to make 4 masks on me. What the fuck, right? So this is where you're going to find where something might want to try and masks you. And you say, no, that's not mine. That's, you know, that's not where I'm going. I'm going in and I'm wanting to better my health. I'm wanting to vibrate my body into this beautiful light of illumination and step forward in this light of illumination. And it's important for us to step into this light of illumination, because there is a lot that, you know, maybe other people aren't there yet, or maybe they want to throw their crazy dogma on you or their crazy bullshit. And you're like, that's not mine. No, it's okay. You can stay in there, but that's not mine. If you want to stay in your sap sob story and you want to stay in that area, that's fine. Yeah, that heaviness is there. And I, you know, the one saint that came through with me was Saint Thomas of Aquinas. Anyways, coming through, and his energy, because I believe he's the one who wrote the Night of the Dark Soul and the transformation of it all. I mean, that's where that comes from. And in that transformation of that energy is bringing in this part for us. And let me see if I can find it. Yeah, Saint Thomas Aquinas. So he's an authentic model of all who seek truth. In his thinking, the demands of reason and the power of faith found most elevated synthesis ever attained by human thought, for he could defend the radical newness introduced by revelations without ever demeaning the venture proper to reason. So Saint Aquinas he was a radical thinker. He became a saint. He was the one who stepped out and said, yeah, you know what? There is some crazy evil out here, but we got to stay in our light. And sometimes we are going to be challenged with that. We are going to be challenged with this energy that's going to be coming in. And it is going to be where we go forth and we step in with our heart, and we know and we understand to know you, diligence to seek you, wisdom to find you, the life which may please you, and hope with which may embrace you at last. So embracing that God that is within you, because God is within all of us. He's not an abstract that is out there. He's within you. And allowing yourself to embrace this. And this is where this moon is coming in with this illumination. Getting from my friends on this so-called vaccine have tried to inform brick-walled, time to give up. Yeah, I mean, there is, anyways, there is, I don't, it was like a TikTok thing, a meme. But anyways, he showed the 1-800 number to call Pfizer in the States. And he calls the Pfizer, goes through all the things to get the information. And the first thing that came out about the vaccine is that it has not been cleared by the FDA. It's not been cleared, but it's been being used in cases of emergency. And it's not recommended for anybody under the age of 16. So, I mean, it's out there. That's right on Pfizer. That's right on there, and it's even on their website. So, but the thing is, who's making money from this? And if you saw, there is, let me find it so I know the right name for this stock. And I'm not promoting people, if you're going to invest in stock, please, definitely do your own research, your advisors, etc. Don't go by me. I'm not a stock advisor. But and it's very Aquarius, it's very the collective, and it's what was it, Get Start or Get Sport or something sport, but it is a stock that has just skyrocketed, and it's up to $357 a stock. Let me see if it comes up here. That GameStop stock. Oh, it went down. It's down to $271 today, dropped by $74, which is funny. I'm going to say funny. The reason being is that it is very much the collective coming together, ordinary people coming together to stick it to the man on how the stock market is run, and stick it to where their pockets, because the thing is and it has nothing to do with government, has nothing to do with anything. But what happened is that they stopped trading on that yesterday. They stepped in, the powers that be with the stock market stopped trading on it because it was getting out of hand. Very Uranian for this to be happening. And just it's interesting to watch, right? And because it's at 271 right now. So, and it opened up at 310. So people might be dumping their stock right now, which is, I think that's what they're hoping. And this is because of a Reddit group pumped GameStop shares up 1,000%. And this is to short sell. I mean, guys do this all the time. This is part of the stock market, right? People do this all the time. But that's an example of Aquarius energy, of a community getting together, of saying, you know what, we're not going to put up with this anymore. This is what we're going to do. And some who wants to keep the control over here, the Capricornian, and Uranus comes in this uniqueness out of the blue, says, look at what how we're going to do it. So causes a friction within the world. And that's what we're going to see, is that people are going to come into this collective of energies, of people coming together and saying, you know what, I'm not going to put up with this. And this is part of, with the energies that are coming in with the Aquarius, and a lot more of the truth because of the South Node and Neptune's off of the nodes right now, is that truth is going to start coming in. We're going to start seeing with that South Node in Sagittarius, more truth coming out on things. Because we've been in such a delusional energy. So this is why, as we're coming out of this heaviness and coming out of this, that we're going to find information coming out more and more. And this is why we have to do our due diligence on researching on, and even finding it within our own selves. Because remember, we're divine light beings. And we have a brain. We have this expansion. We have this connection to our God and God within us. That if it doesn't feel right, then no, don't do it. This isn't a time of saying, yes, I'm going to do it. No, this is a time of saying, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to be involved in that. So this is us walking our virtuous life path. This is us sharing our light openly and abundantly. And I've never been, when people get all, oh, they're spying on us and they're taking our information. I'm just like, man, they took my footprint when I was born. They have all my information. They did a prick in my finger to take my blood. So my blood is stored somewhere anyways on information on me. They have my government has my social insurance number. They know my bank account because that's where they, if I do ever get a tax return, that's where they take the money from, or I get the money from. So I'm like, you know what? I am my truth, and here I am. I'm not going to hide from it. I'm not going to hide from this energy. That's that Leo coming in. And the Leo energy is in my 5th house, which is Scorpio. So a lot of this energy that's coming over, if anybody has anything at around 9 degrees or 11, between 9, 8, 9, 11, up to 11, 12 degrees in their Scorpio house, in the house where Scorpio is, or any planets with 9 degrees. So take a look at your chart and see what planets are at 9 degrees in your chart. And that's going to have some activation for you in your natal chart on what's going on. So if you have something there between 9 and 11 degrees, there's going to be some activating energy that's happening there. So you got to look at it on looking at that energy of that planet, just that planet itself, and say, okay, this is Venus, and Venus is this beautiful, voluptuous energy, but she's at 9 degrees. So you got to think about what a 9 degrees goddess would be. So think of you at 9 degrees. Think of you at 9 years old. Right? And that energy's at 9, 10, and 11. What were you like at 9, 10, and 11 with that, type of energy? Maybe you didn't like boys. Maybe you didn't like girls. Maybe you thought, you heard your elder brother or sister talk about kissing and you're like, hey, grass. That's that inner child within you, right? But you slowly probably got over that. But maybe at first thought of it was like, oh, or maybe it's Mars at 9 degrees or Jupiter at 9 degrees, right? So take a look at your chart and see what's, in and around there, because that is an activation in your chart on how you are allowing yourself to engage with this light and engage with this energy. My sun is at 11 degrees. So hence, this is like intense energy for me and feeling it. And I could feel like yesterday, and I said, for me, personally, this was me going through a cosmic battle of energy. And it's going through a cosmic energy of change and transformation in my life. in so many levels, in such deepness and depths that that's coming through. And I'm just like, holy fuck, you know, and being a water sign and having Cancer in my first house. And it's like, whoa, I don't want to show all of that emotion. I don't want people to know how I'm truly feeling. That times, it's wacky. It's wacky. So it's embracing it. It's embracing all of this wackiness and transformations that are coming in for us at this time, and allowing ourselves for the greater healing and understanding. And sometimes that's the hardest part, is for us to allow for the healing. It's like sometimes we want to stay in those wounds for whatever reason. No judgment. Trust me, no judgment here. But it is for that healing. This is about our healing, bringing in that healing. And, that healing on many levels of saying, you know what? Yeah, I've done some crazy things, or this is where I need to look into the grace of who I am. My class that I'll be having in February, please, it's for a whole weekend. It's Friday night, Saturday, and Sunday. This is a class that I took, and when I took it, and there is a meeting or another class I'm taking with this group at it's 9:30 UK time, so it's 2:30 in the morning my time. So I will be taking a class at 2:30 in the morning because it's a live stream, and working with this energy and working more and deeply with the angels, so I can give you more of the information and be able to teach this in more depth. I feel the more depth I can do this, the better it will help to grow the angel tribe and bring forth this beautiful energy of the angel tribe, right? Yeah, it's pretty darn. Oh, you're up, Dana. Don't worry about it. You're probably just going to bed. So this is really bringing in some crazy energy for me. So I'll probably, from Saturday and stuff, I have a few things I have to do on Saturday, and then nap time, wake up time, nap time, and see how I'm going to do it, because it's a 9-hour class, a 7-hour class, 7-hour class. So I'll finish it at 9:30 in the morning, our time, Sunday. So I'll probably go for another nap and wake up at noon or 1 o'clock and then stay up for the rest of the day, because I have the 21-day meditation starting on February 1st. So I have the 21-day meditation that's going to be starting too. So if you are wanting to join the 21-day meditation for me, please let me know. It's $25. So the angel course is $222. There's payment plans for that. And the meditation starting February 1st is $25. And it is recorded, and you will get the recording and stuff, especially for those who don't, get up that early. When do we get info on the new platform for you? It's, God, this is where I need an assistant. It's coming, it's app, but it's not, I haven't been promoting it because I still want to tweak it. So, and that's with, can't even remember what the platform is, but I know what it is. So Patreon. So this is, I'm working on it. And it is going to be in Canadian funds, because now Patreon accepts Canadian funds. They weren't accepting Canadian funds before. So on getting it done, it's me, it comes down to me writing the stuff and putting it up. And when people, like, I know people want to help me, but I don't know how they can help me. That's the whole thing. I just don't know. I don't know. It's not God truth on this, on doing this, right? Because it's like, it's almost where sometimes it's like somebody comes in and say, just let me do it for you, Mary. I can run and get you coffee. Yes. and doing and saying, it's like a designer coming into your house. Like, you never know you need a designer until they come into your house. Like my pictures behind me, where a designer would say, maybe you should move your pictures this, maybe the sun one. Oh, the sun one there. So maybe that sun should go underneath the Scorpio over here, that little one, or, you know, do it around. I just threw those up. I didn't do anything special. But they would come in and say, well, maybe you should do this, this, and this, and tweak it here, and, you know, for your pictures. So, you know, but that's the whole, you know, that's the whole thing is like, I'm very good when a Virgo comes in and says, I'm just going to do this, Mary, and they do it. Right. And then they say, you know, as they're doing it, what do you think of this, this, and this? So that's where I'm really good at somebody doing that says, you know what, let me look at your page. Let me show you what I'm going to do it. And then I take a look at it and yay or nay it. That's how I work. But when somebody says, can I help you? And says, oh, let me, you know, tell me what to do. I have no idea what to tell them what to do because I just do what I do. If that makes any sense to anybody. Like I'm not very good at delegating for people. I'm really good at somebody coming in and saying, hey, this is the outline. Here's the outline that we're using. You follow these steps and do it, right? And then that takes everything that's in here onto here. So hence I got just printed this out. It's 68 pages. 68 pages I just printed out on for this angel course on adding it so I can add more details to the angel course in February. So, and it's like, okay, here, this is how you do it. You have to have this part, and this part, and it puts it all together for me. So that's what I love because that's not my forte. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense to people. But, and same with doing the Patreon because I get overwhelmed with it all. I do. Because there's so much, I feel like I just get so, whew, right? And this is planning things out. And the Sun Jupiter is a beautiful day to work on it, to do it, because it is a planning out, putting the energies out there and launching it. So that's the thing. And I have the light, medium, and dark roast, and I want to do the latte. The latte will be the premium one where people can get courses at a discount. They can register and they would get the meditations each month and things like that for, I don't know, $50 a month or something like that. So they'd get a little bit more, but I have to work on it. Thank you for asking, Dana. Thank you. And that's the other reason for promoting my YouTube and getting it up to 1,000 followers, because YouTube is a part, a lot of Patreons use YouTube a lot. And starting once this platform goes down Periscope, I will be using YouTube more than I have used before. So I've decided to use the YouTube platform for my lives and things like that. So I'll be doing that on YouTube because YouTube does a live stream. I've looked at Twitch and I've looked at other things like that. You know, can we start at a lower tier when I'm working up to the latte as I can afford it? Yeah, there's the different tiers. Or are we locked in? No, you're not locked in. Nothing is ever locked in. So the way that they have it, you can cancel at any time. So I think the tier 1, I don't know what I have it at. It's like $5 or something. And then you get like the month, meditations or something like that. I'm not sure what I put on it. That's how good I'm at this. But yeah. So I'll start, not about the cancel, just to manage what I can afford. Definitely. No, I get that. So there are, different ones. So there's also where, I've seen with the Patreon, I've seen people do like one tier, and then people just go and they subscribe to the one tier because it means that it's easier for them. Because I know when people start registering, I have to have this stuff up all the time. So tier 1 will have to do a lot with getting your weekly horoscope things like that, the tarot and getting a monthly tarot horoscope. So, and each tier adds on to what the other tier has. So by the time you get to the top tier, so things like that. I didn't add in the readings and stuff like that as per se as yet. So I would probably be a discount. That's what I understand from others who do it, is that they will give maybe do a weekly thing on there or something. And so that's where I'm thinking of taking, the weekly. But right now I have to have a certain amount on the platform in order for it to work. So I need to have, when people register and things like that, to build it. So anyways, it's another thing. It's another thing doing the Patreon. So, and I was hoping to do it on February 1st. So, but I've been a little procrastinator lately. So lots of procrastination. Can we still order readings even if at the lower tier? Of course, but pay full price if not on the right tier. Yeah, definitely. I mean, the readings, my readings are always going to be there. And it's just, if you're a patron, then maybe you get a 20% discount and stuff like that. So you probably won't see as many sales on my readings per se this year than I have done in the past year. So, and that's the other thing, is that I've been avoiding doing sales on my readings lately because I want to build up more of a clientele and stuff and doing that. So it's all part of building the business and doing the business and being more, this is what I want to do, and building it and going forward with it and making it a sustainable energy force as a business person. So you're not, if you have so many people coming in on your, what I love about Patreon is that it's when people are there, it is a monthly thing that, okay, they're deducted $5 each month, and this is what they get. And with that, then that you have 100 people, $5 a month. So that's what, $500. And then Patreon takes their bit. So you probably get maybe for something, I don't know. They take 15% or something, whatever they take. And then as it goes through, so by the time you get your $500, that's why they say you don't do it at $1 because you're not going to make anything. But by the time you get your $5, from that person, so that $5, I would get $3 probably out of the 5 after everything is paid, right? And that's that's just, some people don't want to do that. But as I look at it, that's all part of business. Like, you got to pay certain platforms in order for that platform to continue to host you and to continue on. And it goes into your PayPal account. And then PayPal takes their amount by the time it gets to you. So it's all part of business. That's how I look at it. And building that platform. Because platforms are changing. Things are changing. And one of the reasons I chose to go to YouTube is that it's a platform that's been around there. Yeah, they delete shit, but just don't go around being a dipshit, I guess, in doing it. And I've never, even in my Facebook and doing on my Facebook, and the things I've said, it's like I've never been, I got hacked, but that was my own stupidity that I got hacked with that, because somebody sent me something. I'm like, what? And they hadn't sent me something for a while. And I thought, oh, well, this must be important. I didn't even read it. And then poof. So that was my own stupidity. And then, of course, working with Facebook, who were on it right away. Facebook was on that right away. Like, they were bang on that with the email I received and everything that I got. But the thing is we have to be cautious with whatever we do. And, you know, this is where, you know, and sometimes shit happens, right? You have a couple of days to button this down if you launch February pitter patter. Yes. And it's the day of the light. It's the day it's coming to the end of the year of the rat, which is fine with me. Because I'm a bunny. I'm a wabbit. And I'm kind of happy to be the end of this rat year going into the year of the bull. I really am, because I can do this pace. I can do a pace that's going to bring in steadier, because the rabbit goes and stops, goes and stops, goes and stops, right? That's what a rabbit does. So having a steadier pace and saying, hey, let's just continue going. You don't always have to be the fastest, which is something, you know, a learning factor on my piece. So, but this moon is elating. This moon is one to get us to work. And after I finish here, this is what I'm doing. I'm going to be, and I have a class. I have the spell casting class tonight, which is going to be exciting. So if anybody's still interested in coming to the spell casting, I formed a messenger group. So definitely come in, let me know, and I'll add you to our messenger group. And yeah, you know, spell casting is going to be fun. And learning what a spell is, learning more in depth of what it's all about. Always cautious, I know. I got to be cautious. That was my bunny part coming in saying, woo, what's this? Woo! So sending you guys out so much love. It is a beautiful day. It is, there's a lot of energy coming in, and I know you guys are going to be feeling this energy. A lot of still, you know what? We're still working through our transitioning. It's not something like all of a sudden we transitioned and everything's going to be hunky-dory. You know, we're on an earth walk, right? We're on an earth walk. So there are many layers to the energies of this transformation that's coming forth. And if you want, do some research on St. Thomas Aquinas. He did write, I don't have my Kindle in front of me, but he did write The Journey of the Dark Soul. So, and you can get that on Kindle if you want. It's kind of a hard read, but it is one that I read for about 5 minutes. I'm like, I'll put that down because I got to have to reread that paragraph about 20 more times to get the analogy of it all. So sending you guys out so much love. Thank you for joining me, and have a fabulous day. Do a beautiful full moon ceremony for yourself on allowing yourself to continue the beautiful path that of enlightenment that you're on. So have a blessed one, everybody. May the Lord and the Lady watch over and bless each and every one of you in all that you say and all that you be and all that you do. Blessed be everybody, and thank you for being a part of my beautiful soul community. Blessed be. Bye-bye.